Hackney, home of the high rises, knife crime, gun violence, a place with no silence. Hackney, home of the hipsters, pics for the instas, it's changed, it's different. Hackney, home of the creatives, the ones who make it, place of inspiration. Hackney, home of my high school, live life, my rules, where lessons have been vital.
Yeah. Aye, yo. 48th floor, fucking on some horse. Couple hitters in the room, got police at my door. Boom, hottest in the city, I got bands galore. Bro, got a 2-2 broom, it's a 2-2 suit, rise it up at yours.
Yeah, we're in Hackney, we're on Clapton. Take a look over there. We need to show people. That's Mermaid over there, famous Mermaid. Where it says organic and natural, but to the left, Mermaid, yeah, there. So about Mermaid, and then that's Fairdeal. Fairdeal's been there for ages. Fairdeal's been there for probably 20, 30 years. So we're right in the heart. This is the heart of Clapton still, that's what I like to believe. Dom's place over there, shout out Dom, that's my brother. What else we got around there? You got Havana Shisha. It's like in the corner over there, next to Gym at Cabs. Shouts out my spots. These are the original spots that I've been there for years. New era, dry cleaners as well. Been there for over 20 years. I've been there for 20 years, so you get me, man, as authentic as them. Bam. Every time I'm in the ends, I always make it a thing to go to the same places, man, because of the memorabilia, the nostalgia, and just like the energies that I get from places that I've grown up seeing and buying things from, you know, seeing the same people in the stores. But of course, gentrification is happening everywhere. You know, Hackney's hot. There's a lot of art and culture. There's a lot of, you know, real estate development going on in Hackney. Hackney's close to everything, so the transport's like perfect. So your young people that are finishing, you know, uni and are getting sick jobs in the city because of money, they're able to be here, innit? Whereas if everything's going up in price, the people that live here originally, which there are like high unemployment rates and a lot of people aren't really educated, and a lot of like working class families are from Hackney. So the minute you put up rent, remember, how they gonna compete with a man that's gone to university and finished studying engineering, that's working in the Liverpool street, and his starting salary might be 35, 40 bags, you know? Whereas your working class African dad, who may be a security guard, he might be getting 25 bags, and then he might be cleaning as well, just to make up. So to compete is mad. And then it's like, if your rent is like, I don't know, going up by £1,000 over 10 years, eventually you gotta go in it, kind of thing. So I'd say, yeah, it's changing, but the good thing is some people are holding out.
Within them 500 steps, there's 7 bodies that have died. That place. That's why they even called it murder mark. Yeah. It was just like a real
I done an interview one time and they were like, the title, it's a bit striking. And I was like, what do you mean? It's a word, it's in the dictionary, murder. And then miles, 2 words put together. But obviously it's the media and how the media branded Murder Mile, because Murder Mile was actually what they called this area at the time. So I picked that title so it was provocative, but then music would be like amazing, so that it's like almost like it's contrast, isn't it? I was contrasting like the title from what the music was to show that I come from here and this is what comes from here: beauty, multiculturalism, different people, arts.
Right there like Chingy, young boys too chingy. Take a break from Hackney, cool off in Izzy.
Take a break from Hackney, cool off in Izzy. Listen, there's a lot of things going on in Hackney, man. Like I say, there are negatives if you're tuned into them. Sometimes, unfortunately, there are some things that I see and hear of, because obviously I've grown up a certain way, which are negative, and they do hold heavy on my heart. But yeah, man, I had a lot of friends from this borough pass away. I had a lot of friends die in this borough. Grew up in this borough, go school in this borough. They were my friends in this borough, and they died in this borough. And that hurts, man. It still hurts me now to speak about, like, you know, like Jams, Gokes, Kizzle. That shit hurts, man. Even like my boy's little brother Dylan, he passed away as well. That was like last year. And all that shit's just tiring, like it's proper jarring, or people go jail. So when I do have them kind of emotions, man, just take a break. Not to say man will ever turn my back, but just take a break, innit? and go to a next door neighborhood in it, which is Islington.
Murder mile, murder mile, murder mile, murder mile. I was too young for the Palace Pavilion. I keep it a million. Skanking, I'm singing them just like a civilian.
Palace Pavilion would have been over there, so 30 seconds up there that way. It's currently now, I think it's still not even closed. It was a church at one point. It's right next to Clapton Heart. And yeah, Palace Pavilion, bro, you go on YouTube and type in Palace Pavilion. Some of the best raves in East London happen at Palace Pavilion. It's a shame that there was a high profile murder that really like shut things down, but boy, yeah, I would have been in there. I would have been in there with my Moschino pattern or some sort of Versace pattern. I would have been there. I would have been wearing some sort of a V-suit. I would have been in there cooling off. I would have been wearing Avirex, probably take my Avirex jacket off, have my Moschino tee underneath.
In-house dramas, you don't create that. And I treat my city how a T.I. might treat Atlanta, bro. I love Hackney to bits.
Tricky, that one's a legendary moment. One of my guys, shout out Grim, he hooked me up with Tricky. Tricky's his cousin, I believe. And when I was shooting my doc, he linked me and Tricky together. So I went down to Square to shoot with Tricky. And since then I kept in contact with Tricky. And I was so happy that, I wanted him on the track, but he was like, nah man, he's not really in studio like that. He ain't really trying to be rapping like that. But he said, but what I can do is I can give you, he said we can have an interview in it. I said, you know what, I'm gonna rip this interview, and this interview is gonna validate my Murder Mile, because we was talking about Murder Mile, because Tricky, he lived through Murder Mile. Like a lot of the beefs that, at the time, whatever he was involved in, whoever he was running around with, their problems, a lot of it stemmed from Murder Mile. Like, they know what Murder Mile means way more than me. So talking to Tricky was fantastic, man. He's just telling me mad stories about people that he knows that getting killed, and it happening from certain people that are up the road, and how certain beef started. And then now when he's seeing certain young people collaborating, he's looking at it like, rah, you don't even know that your OGs and my OGs weren't cool, but now the young boys are just cool. But it's like, back then you could never be cool because they done this to that person, and we're not meant to be together.
Giving me take, but yeah, we giving again. You're moving mad, you're moving bait. Hope you don't go to the pen.
Okay, so my grandma's a giver. My grandma's a giver, firstly, yeah. She looked after, she child-minded like loads of young people from Hackney. Loads of people, like certain man are gangsters now, certain man are quantity surveyors, certain man are big creatives. My grandma just kept her flat open, come from Africa, and she had time on her hands, and she figured that when she's picking up kids from school, alright, a lot of you lot can come and stay with me for the hours where your parents are still working. So you know, like a play centre. So a lot of kids would be in my grandma's house. The house was popping throughout primary school, live. You go there, there's bare food, bare kids, and we're just playing around, like having bare fun till we get beat, till we get smacked. So she was the first giver. So this is subconscious in my mind from when I'm young about giving, right? Now, looking back, I can understand what that's done to me. So in 2018, I just wasn't enjoying music. I was hating music. Or even 2017, I just weren't loving it. Music was like frustrating for me. A lot of young people from here were popping off like on their first attempt. Whereas me, I've been going hard for years. So in my head, it's like, right, they getting their chance straight away, and I've been going hard for so long. You know, no one ain't really listening to friends, to be real. And I was part of a collective that kind of broke off. There were certain artists I was around that kind of broke off. They were doing really well, but I kind of felt like them artists didn't really care about me. Like, as much as they tried for me and they done certain things for me, I don't think them artists really understood what I was on, and they didn't really value me. They just done it because they felt obligated. They didn't do it out of the love in it. So I broke off from everyone and just started again. I started from scratch. Didn't really keep no one around me. To this day, I'm by myself. It's just me and you right now. I tried to be in my own zone. So at that point, I was at a low with music and with life. Obviously, I was working. I finished uni. I was earning money. I had a nice car, whatever. But I learned very quickly. That's not what life's about, man. That's shit. Like, there's more to life. What makes me happy is I'm a people's person. I like meeting people, growing with people. I like creating things, bro. I'm a creator. Like, I create conversations, relationships, networks. You know, I'm with young people, constantly trying to create opportunities for them. I'm a full-time creator. That's how I feel about life. So me not being able to create and just being in a corporate world was making me upset. And then my music not being massively accepted was making me upset. So I just said, you know what, fuck it, start again from scratch. And where's the best place to start? The best place to start is with young people. So I put on a workshop, and the workshop was called Fast Forward. Me and my boy Kodge, Figures gave us our first opportunity in this pop-up store. And yeah, we just opened up a studio. Ruben was engineering, Pirate Lens was videoing. And we left it open for young people to come to get free engineering, production, music, and a press pack for when they leave. So they come in with nothing and they leave with music, network, and a press pack. So essentially they leave that room as an artist. And why I done that is because when I was coming up, like I say, no one was really offering handouts. People that were my age, they kind of just focused on themselves, which is fine, because life does get hard as an adult. But me, my grandma subconsciously has instilled this thing within me to be a giving person. And whenever you're not feeling good, I think the best thing to do is give.
Niggas so old they deadbeat. I was on Clapton, Jack Jones. Then I took a walk down Pembury, taking a tour for the memory. Niggas ain't all that friendly. Jealousy turned into envy. Self-hate turning you empty. And I swear that it's hard to offend me. And me just living off hope, cause niggas dying off faith. Feeling like a star in a room. I ain't sitting in a rave. Off ends, gotta get away. Wanna do stage like Great Escape. Mask on and I gotta grab my cape. Counsel the state that I really gotta save.